we have a very special performance for you. Our 5th graders are going to be performing a musical called The American Dream, which spans throughout American history. So you'll hear different songs, see dancing, see acting, different quotes from real people in history. Before the 5th graders perform, we have a special guest. Is he? America, please welcome Officer Tommy.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you, guys. Love you guys. This is great. Thank you. All right, you ready? God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the lights from above, from the mountain to the prairie, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Thank you, thank you. Wow, wow, I feel like a celebrity.
Thank you, Officer Tommy. What a great introduction to our patriotic show. So now we are going to get started. Everybody get in your first positions. Your first positions. Thank you.
of Spain because they did help me pay my way here, and I'm the very first to travel here.
Excuse me there, Buster. I hate to break to you. My staff named House and I'm here 5 winters before you float up these shores. I also heard tell there's an Irish monk by the name of Brendan who's even here 5 winters before us. Don't be thinking that you were the first person to ever step foot here. In fact, there were some folks here from Asia who claimed to be here even before that.
You're living in a dream world, buddy. I loaded up my media, Pinta, and Santa Maria to find a faster way to Asia, and if this isn't Asia, I don't know what is. Now take a goofy little,
I said, hello.
Who is she?
She is me, Clovis.
Clovis?
Well, Clovis is actually my people, so you can call me Chloe if you like.
Chloe?
That's right. I hate to break it to you fellas, but my people came to this land somewhere between 12 and 25,000 years ago by the way of Beringia.
Beringia?
That's a land bridge that's used to connect Siberia with Alaska, and then over that down through Canada into the city you're standing on.
You mean what?
Well, it took generations and thousands of years, but basically yes, we walked.
Oh dear, we're not even going to tell the king and queen of Spain.
Jan, you Fonzo, news like this is enough to make a grown Viking cry.
Don't feel bad, guys. Just because my people were here before doesn't mean that your feats of exploration weren't brave and amazing.
Really? Do you really think so?
Of course. That's not innocuous and it had courageous men like you not dare to follow the creed and discover wonders unknown to their own people. Your daring adventures truly changed the world.
Gee, thanks, Chloe. I feel better already.
Hey, Chloe, do you think we can keep this under our hats for like a few hundred years? I'm still thinking if I played right, I could get a national holiday, like holidays, parades, that kind of stuff, you know?
No problem, Chris. The point is that people have been coming to this land for thousands of years, and for 1,000 different reasons, and almost all of them are following a dream.
Just like me.
Just like me.
And just like me.
The new world explodes like a magnet, faster than this above all.
Tom. Ferdinand Wisdom. Carbonara de Soto. It became a haven, not just for seekers of fame and fortune, but for those who yearn for a place they can live and worship as they please.
My name is Martin Walsmuller, and in 1507, I drew a map representing a whole new continent. But what to name it?
Why not name it after me? Amerigo Vespucci, the greatest explorer of all time.
Well, Vespucci it is. governor of Plymouth, I, William Bradford, give thanks to the dream that brought us to this new land. The dream that gave us bounty and hope, the dream that is America!
For the next 200 years, settlers from all over the world came to America full of all sorts of American dreams. Spanish explorers like Juan Bautista de Anza. In my travels, I saw very good sights and beautiful countries. And I think that if it would be settled like Europe, these things would not be anything more beautiful in all the world.
Pioneers like John Whitster, leader of the new Massachusetts Bay Company.
We must consider being a city upon a hill. The eyes of all people are among us.
The Quakers like William Penn. How shall we treat these Native American blacks? Give them justice and you win them. But justice did not always prevail. Many of my people were pushed out from their lives. We had no voice in how things were run. We had no choice but to fight.
We live in America. We are still citizens of European countries. In order to his elders, Joseph Fish wrote,
The British came to Germany to distress us to the last week, not to destroy us, unless we submit the yoke of slavery we have prepared for us.
John Appleton, a merchant from South Carolina, said,
We were doing fine in the colonies when the king and the parliament left us alone. Now, I find taxes on everything I bring to colonies to sell. It's bound to hurt, doesn't it?
We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
We have no choice but to fight.
We have no choice but to fight.
the arch to flood, the flag to equal breeze and cool. Here once some battle fair stood, and far as a shot heard round the world. Ralph Waldo Emerson. In freedom we're born, and like sons of the brave, we will never surrender. Mercy Otis Ward.
The revolution was effective before the wars commenced. The revolution was in the minds and hearts of the people. John Adams.
The Louisiana Purchase of 1803 almost doubled the size of the United States of America.
Under Jesuit Commissioner B. Lewis to explore his vast new territory.
I'm Sacagawea. I showed them the way.
What?
I showed them the way.
He showed us the way.
Daniel Boone led many settlers to the Kentucky hills. He later told a friend.
Thousands of buffaloes roamed in Kentucky hills as if they would never get bored.
Zebulon Pike led a ton of pathfinders armed to the southwest. European settlers just kept coming. I'm the one they call the prophet. Native Americans like myself were asked to sell our land to these new settlers. They did not settle well with us. My brother Jacobsen, the great Shawnee chief, asked, "Sell the land, why not sell the air, the clouds of the great sea?" And the people kept on coming.
Fulton is the name. Robert Fulton. In 1807, I introduced the steamboat on the Hudson River.
And the people kept on coming faster. In 1811, work began on the National Road. I'm Peter Cooper. In 1830, I built one of the very first locomotives, Baltimore, to the Ohio Railroad. And after, Texas was born. Clovis was started in California, and the Oregon Territory was opened. In order to protect the religious freedom, Brigham Young led group of settlers to now Salt Lake City.
This is it. We'll make this desert blossom as the rose.
The American dream includes the dreams of women like me, Susan B. Anthony, and me, Sojourner Truth. Women don't have rights. That man over there says that women need to be helped into carriages, let you over ditches and puddles, and have the best place everywhere. No one helps me into carriages, or lets you over ditches and puddles, and have the best place everywhere. And ain't I a woman? Look at my arm. I plowed and planted and gathered into farms, and no man can beat me. And ain't I a woman? You said it, sister.
limbs and this body of my master and ran off with them.
If I had my way, if I had my way, if I had my way, I'd tear this building down.
My name is Henry Clay. Some may call me the Great Compromiser, for I devised the plan that led to the Great Compromise. For nearly 30 years we lived in peace. I know no north, no south, no east, no west.
I have one mind for the boss to see, another mind which I know is me. The day never dawns for the slave, nor it is looked for. For the slave, it is all night, night forever.
I believe this government cannot permanently endure half slaves, half free.
If it is necessary that I should fund a basket for my country, I am ready. I am willing, perfectly willing to lay down all the joys in my life to maintain this government. I put in many hours of weary work and soon got myself quite a soldier. I was elected first, so I didn't much to my supplies. Just what the first sergeant's duties might be, I had no idea.
I had a dream. I had a terrible dream.
He
of the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863, Abraham Lincoln and slavery once and for all.
As painful as the Civil War was,
The Union survived.
the American dream lives on.
Since then, more people from all over the world have came to our shores.
Poland, El Salvador,
Taiwan,
Egypt,
Syria,
Spain,
Britain,
Italy.
India.
Give me your tires, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these homeless tempests tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door.